So we're going to test using the Pixel 10, the new Pixel 10a, and its live translation feature. I'm going to call my friend Claudio Fantinuoli and try to set up the conversation. I will speak in English and he will speak in Italian. I'm trying to, let me see here, phone app, call Claudio. So calling him here. I'm going to put on speakerphone. And then I have to select the option.
Buongiorno.
Hello, Claudio. I'm going to try to connect my voice translate feature here. I'm selecting Claudio speaks. Where is the choice? I don't have the choice for Italian. Voice translate. Let me see, languages. Voice translate. Says that Claudio speaks English.
La chiamata è tradotta da Google AI nella voce di ciascun interlocutore. L'audio non viene salvato.
Okay. So let's see if I can change here. It says that I'm speaking Italian. Allora io parlo italiano e tu parli inglese. Va bene così? Claudio?
Okay.
Ok.
Yes. Okay. I can speak English.
Allora,
Yes.
perché
Sì. Okay.
la impostazione e non so come
Sì.
cambiarlo, e siccome sto registrando qui, allo stesso tempo che parlo mi appare la traduzione la trascrizione di quello che sto dicendo in italiano.
So you want me to be the English, quindi vuoi che io sia l'oratore inglese, corretto?
Io non so se possiamo cambiare. Qui sta traducendo l'inglese, io sto parlando italiano e sta traducendo l'inglese. Allora, tu parli inglese. Tu mi senti anche in italiano e in inglese, giusto?
I tell you something, I needed to wait. Se dico una cosa, dovevo aspettare un po', capire quale lingua stai parlando, perché ti sento parlare in inglese e sembra che tu stia parlando in inglese, quindi ma sento in sottofondo che tu parli un po' in italiano, quindi è piuttosto sorprendente quello che sto vivendo adesso. Quindi andiamo, facciamo la tua presentazione e io sono ora l'oratore inglese, possiamo cambiarlo in seguito.
Ok.
Quindi, ciao, ciao.
Allora, tu cominci il dialogo che abbiamo preparato.
Ok, perfetto. Ok, perfetto. Quindi, ciao, super felice di parlare con voi. Quindi stiamo valutando la licenza
No, cambia.
per l'aumento della distribuzione, quindi il nostro.
Oh, I'm listening to you in perfect Italian. No, sono tutto confuso. Tu stai parlando in inglese?
I am talking in English, yes. Sto parlando in inglese, sì. Mi hai insegnato a parlare in inglese, credo.
Allora è impressionante veramente perché io pensavo che stavi parlando italiano tutto il tempo e la tua voce e non capivo che fosse una traduzione.
Yes, same for me. Sì, lo stesso per me. Ti sento parlare in inglese perfettamente. Ma la tua voce, esattamente la tua voce, non potevo dire che stavi parlando in italiano, ma quando inizi a parlare io sento te in italiano solo per un secondo e poi svanisce il tuo italiano e inizi a parlare in inglese ed è impossibile dire che non sei tu. Avevo davvero bisogno di tempo per comprendere questo gioco. Avevo davvero bisogno di tempo. È impressionante.
E io ho la stessa esperienza. Allora, per quelli che ci vedono, che io sto registrando questa esperienza, io ho preparato uno script con termini molto tecnici, termini di business e di termini farmaceutici. Allora proviamo a fare questo dialogo e vediamo come esce la traduzione. La parte tecnica della terminologia tecnica è quello che vogliamo valutare di più.
I will start. Perfetto, inizierei. So, hello, happy to... Quindi, ciao, sono felice di parlare con te. Stiamo valutando una licenza strategica in accordo per i diritti di distribuzione del nostro anticorpo monoclonale nel regione dell'EMEA. Il sticking point, il punto chiave di attacco è la pietra miliare della struttura. Ford is insisting, come insiste Ford, su un modello caricato in avanti con scale mobili legate per scoraggiare 3 risultati e ovviamente anche documenti regolatori. Ho una domanda per te. Sei il tuo partner allineato al framework di condivisione del rischio di questa natura?
Guarda, io comprendo la logica, ma i nostri stakeholder preferiscono una struttura basata su royalties post-commercializzazione, soprattutto in assenza di dati conclusivi sull'efficacia comparativa. Inoltre, c'è una preoccupazione per eventuali clausole di copromozione e per il diritto di first refusal in caso di estensione dell'indicazione terapeutica. Che pensi?
Yeah. That makes sense. Sì. Ha senso che abbia senso di sicuro, ma dalla nostra prospettiva il terzo modello di realtà sottovaluterebbe l'IP e alla fine della giornata anche il pacchetto di dati clinici, pacchetto in cui abbiamo investito negli ultimi 6 anni. Siamo aperti a schema di realtà. Efficaci, ma solo se ci sono, i rischi sono garantiti, minimo impegno annuale. E ovviamente è molto importante per noi anche unirci alla governance del Covid, degli agricoltori, di Lance Protocols.
Guarda, possiamo prendere in considerazione un impegno minimo garantito, ma la governance condivisa sulla farmacovigilanza dovrà essere chiaramente delimitata nei limiti delle nostre responsabilità normative.
Yeah.
Well,
ho feedback. Quindi un paio di feedback è molto impressionante. Ho avuto alcuni problemi io stesso a leggere in inglese perché ci sono parole che non ho mai visto in vita mia, non ho idea di come pronunciarle e immagino potrebbero essere state tradotte erroneamente, ma non sono così sicuro che sia un problema del motore di traduzione. È un problema. Parlerò semplicemente in inglese senza sapere come dirlo in in modo molto difficile, ma è piuttosto impressionante quello che ho sentito da te in inglese. Non so quanto fosse la tua oppressione.
Io anch'io ho notato qualche parola sbagliata. Tu non credo che hai detto niente relativo a Covid, ma comunque la parola Covid è uscita nella discussione e mi sembra molto molto buona, non direi eccellente. Io avevo il testo davanti a me, ma non sono sicuro che le parole tecniche erano esatte. Lo rivedrò dopo sulla trascrizione per vedere un po' come è uscita la qualità della traduzione. Ma l'esperienza, come dici te, è molto impressionante, è molto trasparente, diciamo così. E quello che mi sembra un po' strano è anche come traduce le pause. Qui in italiano esce sempre come U. Ci sei?
Io sono d'accordo. Dovremmo provare il contrario con più altoparlanti fluenti per dire che vivo per l'inglese, perché ho avuto problemi quando dici la parola Covid. Senti, hai sentito la parola Covid? Io dico la parola che non esisteva in inglese perché questa parola era troppo complicata perché potessi pronunciarla. Quindi il mio problema nel parlare in inglese, ma l'impressione è, la sensazione che ho è incredibile. Quando inizio a parlare spontaneamente in italiano, dimentico di ricevere una traduzione. Sembra semplicemente che tu parli in inglese. Sembra solo che tu parli in inglese. Questa è la mia prima impressione di questo.
E lo stesso qui. Allora, finiamola qui e poi vediamo cosa facciamo con questo esperimento.
Ok.
E se puoi raggiungimi se ce l'hai ancora il contatto della Google Meet e ci parliamo lì un attimo.
Yeah, I will connect in a few. Sì, collegherò tra pochi secondi.
Hello.
So here I am.
So we just ran a little test with the Pixel 10 and the live translation of the process. We were supposed to do the other way around, me speaking English and you speaking Italian. So we were both speaking foreign languages for us.
Yes.
And what were your first impressions, Claudio? Your expectations and your first impressions?
To be honest, really impressed because I can tell you directly, at the very beginning, I could not understand if it was you speaking with me in English. At the beginning, I thought it was you speaking in English. And just after a while, I thought I understood it was a translation, because when you start speaking, you hear the original for just a second, and then it fades away, and the translation kicks in. And for the first couple of minutes, I really had to understand, okay, is it talking English or Italian? This was my impression. And throughout all the presentation, you speak in English, so my hearing,
yes.
what I was hearing in English, it was you speaking.
I had the same. At one point, I stopped and I said, no, you're doing this wrong.
Exactly.
Because I thought you were speaking Italian and you were supposed to be speaking English because it was so natural. And I'll try to edit this and put a little bit of the conversation that we had as an experiment. And I will have to look at the transcript and I'll share it with you. we created this artificial dialogue with some technical terms in business and in pharma to try to get to see the ability of it to translate technical terminology. And it sounded very natural to me. And the only comment that I had is that there was the word pharmacovigilance, and it was too long for you, and you changed it to COVID. And because I didn't expect to hear COVID, I thought it was a mistake, but then it was actually what you had.
Because I look at the word, because we didn't rehearse it before, and I did know the word. I said, okay, I'm not trying to pronounce it, so it confused you.
Yeah, but I was very, very impressed. I'm not going to say shocked, but very impressed. But you've been doing this. I've never really used live interpretation before. You've had experience with Kudo, and you invented. You were part of the creation of this technology. How does this compare?
Well, it's very different technology. Here they are using really cloning of the voice, and we couldn't measure this because it was live, but the latency of the simultaneous translation, the feeling I had was quite low. And this is quite an achievement, because achieving low latency for translation is a big challenge, because it's not only a question of technology, it's a question that it must understand the meaning in order to translate it. So it needs to wait for some time. I have no idea how long the latency was here, but it was quite impressive. And the feeling I have, I don't know your feeling, it might also be quite functional in a real conversation. Now we had it scripted, but even when we started freely,
and at the end,
you had latency. Okay, you had latency, but it was quite usable. The difference, if you think about the more conventional Kudo and all the others, is there you have more control in what you do. So the other platforms allow you for professional settings to decide exactly how to the words you want to use. So you have a lot of customization that here you don't have. But for casual use, it's again, I use your word again, is impressive. Yeah.
The other element that I noticed, well, there are limitations, but these are things, it's the first version that we're seeing of this technology. English needs to be one of the languages. And there seems to be, when I look at the specs, there's an offer of maybe 15 languages or something like that. But when I try to download the different packages, I could only have 5 languages. I saw English, French, Spanish, German, and Italian. So but English needs to be, it's paired with English. So one of the experiments that I wanted to do was for us to speak our native languages. You do it in Italian and me doing it in Portuguese. And maybe that's going to be 6 months from now, a year from now, who knows? But I think that the highlights of the experience, and here we're sharing a first impression. We didn't do a scientific evaluation, but it's the voice, this moment of hey, we're doing this wrong. You're supposed to be speaking Italian. You're supposed to be speaking English, because I thought you were just your voice speaking Italian perfectly. The only thing that I found unnatural was this fillers, the ums and the ms. It made it it was very, very unnatural. It was when you were speaking. I don't know how it was for you when I was speaking.
Yeah, same impression. They were a little bit forced. And another issue I had, and this is very difficult also to understand where it comes from, is that sometimes I had some, I would call them really connection issues. So it feels like this is just a normal call. It was not Wi-Fi or anything. So the net sometimes, when the voice becomes a little bit more
garble.
Exactly. I had this a couple of times. Very difficult to say if it's just because my connection here where I am now was not the best one. One other thing which is interesting is that you use the Google Pixel. I didn't. I use just a normal phone. So everything was done on your end.
Oh,
so
yes.
It was
and
your single device
yes.
was doing the translation for both of us.
And one of the things that I read about the specifications is this is embedded in the chip. It's done locally. It's not going to the cloud. And this might explain the latency situation the low latency that you observed. The other thing that from something that it's known to happen in virtual interpretation is a couple of times again, and maybe it was the situation that you were talking about, the garbled sound. There were a couple of times where I felt like there was an acceleration of the speech. It's like trying to catch up. But then it went, but it was mild. It's not something. I've seen situations where the interpretation lags and then it comes really fast at the end. This wasn't the case. It was just a couple of times. Maybe it was adjusting to the size of the words and so on. But it seemed very good. I wasn't really paying attention to the vocabulary. It felt natural. Let's review the transcript and give a final judgment about that. But wow, it's another level, and it's something for us to think about.
Yeah, if you think about if you think about just to close this, when was Skype Translator launched? I don't know. I was 10 years ago, something like this, where it was really clunky experience. For casual use, where you could understand there is something coming, but it was not usable. This is usable.
This is usable. Yes, absolutely. And it's a first experience, something brand new, and well, more to come. Let's see what's the impact of something like this. Oh, and let's add here our original experience. When we try to do this, it's not a very simple setup. You need to have it set up. It takes time. We tried a couple of times before we ran the actual experience, and it took me about an hour to set my phone to be able to engage with this. But now that I know how to use it, it will be very easy to do. But if you're going to use it for the same time in an emergency situation, that's not the solution.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, Claudio, thank you. I enjoyed doing this. Let's maybe schedule when new features are released, we try again.
Absolutely. Renato.
Good to see you. Bye.